Everybody, welcome in. I just saw that this is messed up back here. Let me fix that. All right. I really should put that in a closet with something over it so it doesn't collect a ton of dust. But good morning. Welcome in. Gonna just pack some things. Won't be on a whole long time today, but I'm sure we're gonna have some Poshmark talk. Everyone's freaking out about Poshmark, so I'm just gonna address that right away. I know a lot of people will probably be rewatching this since I won't be on long. But if you're new to reselling or you've been reselling a while, there are always changes on these platforms. Poshmark, Mercari, just not too long ago, Mercari had one and went back. Depop, obviously eBay has changes, usually good changes, but also sometimes shipping changes. But yeah, it's just part of it. So if you haven't heard, Poshmark, they're getting rid of everything goes away. Everything ships in a priority. You're going to put it in your own envelopes, your own materials, from what I understand, your own stuff. And the thing is, one positive and one just fine about it. The positive piece is that it's going to make shipping cheaper for the buyer, which means you might end up having more sales, right? So the buyer's going to pay less overall for your item because it's going to be going ground. Number two, under 5 pounds. Number two, if you're not writing off your shipping supplies in the first place, then you are throwing your money away. So you're just going to buy more shipping supplies and you're just going to write that off as part of a business expense. So in the end, you're not spending extra money. So really, it's a win. The only thing it's not a win for is it's not going to get to people in 2 to 3 days. Good morning, Good Guy Flips. Thanks for coming in, everybody. Good morning, Dora. Zach, what's up? Good morning. No more priority on Posh. Yep, that's what we're talking about. Help my Poshmark buyers get a better shipping rate and I still get free supplies. I'm outraged. Yeah, so that's another thing. Okay, Nick, so from my understanding, I didn't want to say it because I wasn't 100% sure. I'm still not. Is Poshmark going to give us shipping supplies? From what I heard, like the people that work at Poshmark were for sure. People called them, all those sorts of things. So is Poshmark going to give us shipping supplies? Either way, I think we'll get more sales on Poshmark. Why are people freaking out about it? All they have to do is order new packing, use paid for packing. Yeah, exactly. What's up, Amy, dude? Juliet, good morning. Good morning, Kathy. Piece of scrap. Good morning. Hi, everybody. I'm going to be honest with you. We'll talk about it. My sales are down. Why? I have not been listing. It's the same old story for the past week or two. To be honest, I've been really focusing on mental health, physical health, all those sorts of things. And I know that I'm kind of out of the listing mood since I've been back from open. But I also went to the doctor, cholesterol high, mental, trying to get that right too, just trying to be healthier. So that's kind of where I've been prioritizing. Still listing, still making good sales. If you watched my last live, sold a lot of things over $100. So I'm still listing daily, just not like a wannabe. Also, soccer. So I talk about that too. I've been really prepping a lot for soccer. So making lesson plans for our games. For our practices, which are 3 days a week now. And then also for our games, which we have 3 this weekend. So I've just been really, really busy with life, pretty much. Good morning. Woke up to neutral feedback because clothing item didn't fit. I offer free returns. So annoyed. Yeah, that's annoying. I would probably reach out to them, Michelle, even though neutral doesn't affect us at all. I'd probably reach out to them and say, hey, I saw you left neutral feedback. I take feedback very seriously. You see, I offer free returns. I'm happy to take your return and give you a refund if it doesn't fit correctly. And I just ask for the feedback to be taken down. A lot of people will be like, oh, I'm so sorry. My bad. I was just upset at the time or whatever. And usually they'll do that. Man, I just got my priority boxes and mailers in the mail. I know. So Sophia, that's another thing, guys. My attic is full of priority. I have a huge box of Tyvek envelopes. The size of this box or bigger if you've ever gotten them in the mail. And I just put that big box in the back of my car. I'm going to take it to the post office today. when I drop all this stuff off. Because I'm not going to need these Tyveks really. I'll have probably 100 that I already have. And those would be good for like whatnots, or in case I do send something priority, because I do have that as a shipping option on eBay. And then I keep my flat rates, but also boxes too. Like these boxes right here. I'll keep some of them, but I have just too many now. So I'll probably be taking some of these back to the post office. I just have so many of these now. So yeah, that's what you can do if you have all that. But one of my shipping policies, as you guys know on eBay, are padded flat rate. So I'm not going to take any of those back. Those are like gold to me. I have all these priority boxes. Might be giving these away. Yeah, I'm just taking them back to the post office. In fact, I'm sure the post office is going to be like, thanks. We really don't want these, but thanks. You get them from USPS. The only thing is USPS isn't going to know what you're talking about for months. But even if I ever get free ship supply, $6.50 is a really good rate. Okay, so you'll go to get them from USPS with Poshmark is what you're saying. The free shipping supplies. Again, I sold 2 things going out in one order on Poshmark. It's not a big deal to me. It's not a big deal to me. Stay healthy is a priority for sure. Staying healthy is a priority. So, physical health, cholesterol's high, and also mental health. I had some mental struggles when my son was born. I haven't talked about it much. I'm not ashamed of it. When my son was born, he was sick all the time. Lots of mental struggles. Got on medicine, stayed active, and then that was like 2 years of it. And then been good for like 4 years or so, and then tapered off. And then it kind of creeping in, so I'm going back to it. And it takes a while. You do you. Good morning. Good morning. Luckily, I have a whatnot set up for a couple of weeks, so those priority boxes will get put to use. Yes. Also, those big, large priority boxes, the large ones, I'm going to keep those too, because sometimes when I'm shipping on eBay, I would rather use that than one of my own boxes if I had to choose between the two. I also received a neutral feedback. She said, unable to accept offers. For whatever reason, it would always return to original price, listing price. What? That is the weird. Unable to accept offer? That is weird. Yeah, don't worry about neutral feedback, guys. I think I have 4. It won't hurt you one bit. Even negative feedback's not a huge deal. It's not going to affect your seller level, especially if you have a ton of items sold. Me being a buyer, true story, my sister-in-law messaged me the other day something that she might want to buy her son for his birthday, and I don't know if he's watching this, so I'm not going to say what it is. And the buyer had like 25 feedback and a couple negative. And I'm like, I wouldn't buy from someone with only 25 feedback and a couple negative. If it were 2,500 feedback and a couple negative, I would buy from them. Yeah, plenty of boxes to wrap Christmas in, right? We're not supposed to do that, but you know, we do what we do. Brad has too many boxes. You know what, Amy? I'm not in college anymore. I don't have that many boxes anymore around me. It cost me $9.48 to ship a 10-ounce package to Texas on eBay. $6.49 is really good. Those recent price hikes. Yeah, agreed. And Nick, you're in Chicago. It costs you that much for 10 ounces to ship to? Is that from your home too? No way that's shipping from home. Is that shipping your label, printing it off at home? Cookie, once I get neutral feedback, sold a handbag vacuum, forgot to empty the bag. Feedback was it even came with dirt. Cookie, that's kind of funny. In fact, I would like throw the bag away if I was selling a vacuum. Neutral, that's kind of a oopsie doopsie though right there. Good morning. Are we excited about the cheaper shipping for Posh customers potentially incentivizing better sales and hopefully better offers? Yeah, I am, Manny. You always get whenever there are changes, people don't like changes in life in general. It's tough. Change is tough. Changing jobs, even for the better, it can be a little anxiety ridden. And it's a change, especially if you're a new reseller and you're just getting used to things and everyone's saying shipping is so easy on Poshmark because you just use priority. It's a change, but it'll be okay. I think, in fact, it'll be better. Nathan, former student. What's up, Nathan? I talked to Sam yesterday. Going to the Cubs Reds in Cincinnati next Sunday. Go Cubbies. Go Cubbies. Got scammed recently. First time I spent hundreds on an item. First red flag on no tracking number. Then 6 days, 6 days, item delivered. No item anywhere. Looked at messages. It said the item was received. That is that is weird. Yeah, being a buyer, I don't know what that buyer looked like, but I'm big on like how much feedback, how long they've been selling for. Two things I really look for as a buyer on eBay: how long have they been selling for? And I know everyone starts somewhere. A lot of people are just a year old or whatever, but I also couple that with how much feedback they have. And a plus, everybody, if I haven't talked about it or you didn't hear about it at Open, is after maybe 30 days after the transaction's completed through eBay, you're going to automatically get positive feedback. So the buyer doesn't have to leave you that positive feedback. You'll automatically get it. eBay will leave probably a blanket positive feedback for you. So that's good. So if you have a couple of negative feedback, it's really going to shrink that percentage. Best advice I got about exercise and mental health is to treat it like you would a job. If I had to sacrifice 2 hours a day to exercise, I will. I used to feel guilty not doing that. That's exactly how it is, Nick. And I'll tell you guys too this, and I know like we all have where we want to be weight-wise and stuff. So I've really struggled with my weight over the past year and a half. I was 185 for forever. And then about 2 years into like my medicine and everything being great, I started gaining weight. I know with that medicine also, it's a weight gain. So I went all the way up to 217 from 185 within like a couple years. And that's not good. I've never gained weight that quick, that rapid, that much. And that's just not good. And it's been much harder to get it off. I used to be able to like, I could go out, walk, run every day and eat a little better, fast or whatever, which I started fasting like in June. And it wasn't coming off that fast. So yeah, it's definitely something got to work on. And I went to school for physical education and health. So it's kind of important to me. I got to get back into it. I have a lot of old regional boxes that I use for Posh. Hubs may be happy to get those storage boxes back. I bet they will be. And the people going in to find them, that's going to be like finding gold. With auto buyer feedback on now, a neutral negative will get drowned out fast. Exactly. You always have good things to say. It's exactly what we're talking about. So what we're saying is getting more positive feedbacks, all those neutral and negative, they get drowned out. So instead of having 99.7 like I have, I'll keep getting more positive. It'll go like 99.9. I have 2 negative feedbacks, and they're both in the past 12 months, over past 6 months. So I don't know. They'll be dropping off within the next few months. But every time that happens, I usually get a negative feedback. The Bears are going to be moved to Arlington Heights pretty soon. There you go. Are the Bears getting moving to Arlington Heights, Nick? It was at home. I used to re-enter it all over. So you printed the label at home. That's expensive. Especially if people do bundles on Poshmark, that will be really good change. I agree. I think it's a good thing for Poshmark. Are you offering the customers your shipping price on eBay? So, Brian, good question. I switched. So you guys have been following me for a long time. I've always done calculated shipping on eBay. I switched over to flat rate. I have 4. I don't know. We'll count them. I don't know what I have now. Let's start. Ground advantage. Under a pound ground advantage. So like a shirt, it's under a pound. I charge $7 flat rate. I ship my label at home. It's usually always under $7. Over a pound, I charge $10 flat rate. So if I sell a pair of shoes, $10 flat rate. Then I also have just regular priority shipping, where if I want to ship something priority in a priority envelope or priority box, I also have priority flat rate envelope shipping. And my 5th one is UPS. So I have UPS ground. The 2 main ones I use is flat rate $7, flat rate $10. Those are what I use now instead of calculated. 6 days ago, told eBay and then immediately sent my refund. And they said, have no confirmation of the buyer anymore. Buyer dipped out of eBay. So frustrating to deal with these people. Bad name. Oh, so you got your money back. Told eBay they immediately sent my refund. Oh, good. That's good. See, eBay gives you, being a buyer, you get a lot of seller protection as a buyer. I mean, buyer protection as a buyer. As a seller, you get a little bit less, but at the event, they're like, we're trying to make it more, trying to make it more. You know, you sell parts as is. They only get 3 days to return them. Oh, and the Dirt Devil, the vacuum's built in. Got you. Yeah, most vacuums, I guess, are now. Dyson, all that. Catch up with all the chat. I promise we'll get selling this, or we'll get packing this stuff. I really don't have a ton to pack anyways. I'd much rather be hanging out answering questions. I mean, I do have some things to talk about that, you know, are brain itching. Is that head itching? Skull itching? Morning from Cali. What's up, Cali? The post office will send you as many boxes that you need for Poshmark. Good. That's what I want to hear. See, it's all good, everybody. Oh, no, you're a Cubs fan? I guess I have to unsubscribe now. Cincinnati Picker. What's up? Cincinnati Picker. I think you're on YouTube. Yeah, Cincinnati Picker. I used to watch your, I still do, but I used to watch your stuff when I first, kind of the first couple of years. You were one of the first people out there. But to be honest, I'm in between Cincinnati and Chicago. I'm in Indy. So I pick the Cubs. They're my team, but I don't follow them. I have no idea where they are in a division, record, or anything. I'm a Pacers and Colts fan. That's what I am. That is what I am. I don't really follow hockey or baseball. Good morning from Calhoun, Bucky's. What's up, Calhoun? What's up, Bucky's? You know I love it. In fact, I just bring this stuff up. My niece, Aritzia, is that a brand of like sweats? She bought a sweatsuit, which I guess is popular right now for all this money. And I'm like, you know what's more comfortable than that sweatsuit? A Bucky's hoodie. It's more comfortable. And it's a lot cheaper, just saying. I received some auto feedback already. Ooh, have you? I haven't even looked. Good piece of scrap. That's what I want to hear. eBay's on it. eBay said they're going to do it, and they're doing it. I like that. I'm excited for the Posh change. I hope it increases my sales. I think it will. No big deal on having to buy poly bags. I already have them for eBay, and they're not expensive. Well worth 10 cents. And also, again, guys, if you don't want to mess with ordering, just make sure you write off. Like, I get all my poly stuff, all my poly bags like this off Amazon. At the end of the year, I go on my Amazon, I go through everything I bought, I put it in my expenses. And then I give that to my CPA, and they deduct that from my profits because those were business expenses. So yeah, you pay the money up front, but later in the year, you'll owe a little bit less. Important to see what your buyer has left as feedback for others. I've seen left a bunch of negative feedback for others. I avoid them. I don't take their offers. There you go. That's another good thing to look for. What a buyer has left for others. That's a good thing to look for too. No flour, no sugar diet is good. That would be a good diet. That wouldn't run in my household. My wife loves carbs. We try to do a lot of protein now. But yeah. Went through weight gain with my meds. Changed my meds because of sleeping issues. Started to lose weight. And then GLP-1 have lost nearly 50 pounds. Let's go, Jens. I'm telling you, people are having so much success. And we can talk about health too. So like the GLP, whatever it is, you know, if you have whatever, let's say you have to take heart cholesterol medicine. No one's gonna frown at that, right? It's gonna make you healthier. If you have psoriasis and you take medicine to make your psoriasis better, no one's going to frown at that. It's going to make you better. There's side effects for every medicine. If you're overweight and you can't seem to get it off and you have to take medicine to get not overweight, yeah, there might be some side effects from the medicine and maybe you don't want to take it, but the weight loss outweighs the medicine by far. You're going to have probably lesser chance for high diabetes, lesser chance for heart disease, able to go exercise more, definitely probably a better mood. If you exercise mood, it builds serotonin and natural dopamine in your brain, all sorts of things. So don't ever be ashamed, taking medicine for mental health. It's better than not being on medicine for mental health. I've been there. I'd much rather weigh 217 than not be a father for my kids, not be a good dad and husband. Now if eBay could get rid of defects factor, that would be great. I know. It's always something, right? We can't be perfect though. I'm excited. I get free shipping boxes and packing paper from all the medical office suppliers I order from. So it doesn't affect me in any way. That's good. Yeah, that's the best way to get stuff. When I used to sell hard goods, I'd go to Walmart late at night, get boxes, all that sort of stuff, just like this guy probably would have. I wouldn't trust a seller with 2 negative feedback in 1 year. Shut up, Felix. You guys are just joining in. He's talking about me. What a troll. Arlington Heights has been talked about for a while, but I think it takes years to happen. Yeah, it's definitely going to take years to happen. I mean, the problem, if you guys haven't been to Chicago, the problem with Chicago, Soldier Field is awesome. I love Soldier Field. I love the location. Downtown Chicago, right next to the lake. But if you've ever been to a concert there or a game there or anything where it's packed, getting out of there is a nightmare. There's like no parking, no Ubers. It's a nightmare getting out of there. So that is the only problem I have with Soldier Field. I'm much shorter than you, but I'd gotten up to 160 when I had a job. Went into very unhealthy, like 400 calorie a day diet. Lost the weight, but I struggle with the balance too. Yeah, balance is hard. And the reason I think I gained so much weight over the past 2 years, ever since I quit teaching PE, when I taught PE, and I remember I taught to special needs students. So a lot of them were wheelchair bound or, whatever. So I would be lifting them up. I would be helping them. I would do hand over hand, a lot of things. I'd be moving around all day. I would get my steps in by the end of the day and I would work out. Then I went to reselling. I'm not doing any of that walking I did with the PE, probably eating worse. And then I took literally a year off from exercising. I didn't go to the gym for a year, which is totally not like me. Just because I was in just such go, sell, make money, make sure I do my social media, boom, 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 boom. And I just got into that routine, like Nick was saying. So it's just all about balance. And in fact, there are some times where I'm like, definitely wasn't doing my part around the house. Dishes were in the sink. I didn't do the dishes. I was too concerned. I got to make sure I thrift, got to make sure I do this. So I'm definitely have been working on all those things. Balance. I'm almost 40. This is going to be my midlife crisis of being better. 7 things sold and I'm sick today. Let's go. 365 days a year, things sell on eBay. So you can be sick today and still have your things sell and make your money. Isn't that nice? I know with the real job, you have sick days, but with this job, you can be sick and not have to worry about, like with the teacher, getting coverage and making sure your kids behave and make sure your equipment's there and all that stuff. Making lesson plans. Good morning, just jumping in. Have you talked about the Poshmark shipping changes? Yes, we did. No big deal, Fred. No big deal. It's going to make more sales for you, I bet. It's going to be cheaper for the buyer. Supposedly, you can get free shipping supplies from USPS when they figure that out, but also use your own and write them off at the end of the year. GLP is good. Just be mindful and to watch for bone and muscle loss. Great option, though. Yeah, exactly. There's side effects with all these medicines, and they're still working on it. It's a fairly new drug. And I know Lilly, which is based here out of Indy, they're working on it like a pill form. That's going to be the next. It's going to be a pill form. No more shots. Going to be a pill form, easier to take. And again, you just have to do the benefits outweigh the pros outweigh the cons. Most of the time, the pros outweigh the cons. So. Social media taking off. Had my first troll. Weirdly excited. Yeah, look at that. You're taking off if you have trolls. You're taking off if you have trolls. And then when you have trolls, eventually, you only pay attention to them. I have 11 negatives. Slum seller. Nick has 11 negative feedback. And if you see his pictures after the weekends on Surf's reseller community, I've talked about it before. You guys have heard me. It is a hallway full of packages, like down the hallway and up, like 100 packages from his sales. Feedback's not a huge thing. What you don't want to do is get like below standard in your seller level. I've been selling for 7 years and have never bought any packing supplies. I get all my boxes in bubble wrap free. Good for you, Faith. That's good. Yeah. Being resourceful. My wife is a paraeducator. She's torn the shit every day by those kids. Great workout. Yeah, Jeff, I'm telling you, not only are you worked out every day, that's why like the Lululemon, I know I wear a lot of Lululemon. It's because the Nike like cotton and polyester, by the end of the day, it just smelled musty. Lululemon really does have that like scent deflector or whatever, where your shirt doesn't smell at the end of the day. I know it's kind of nasty to talk about, but you're sweating all day with these kids doing stuff. And also like, you know, your wife's a paraeducator. We get spit on, bit, hit. Well, I don't have hair, but the hair gets pulled, all those things. I've been overweight since I was 5 because of medications. I'm still healthy as a horse. Your weight does not define how healthy you are. You can be healthy and have extra weight. For sure, 100%. As long as your numbers are good with the doctors and everything like that, your cholesterol numbers and your iron levels and all that sort of thing, your blood pressure. Yeah, weight's just a number. As long as all those other numbers come back good. I found that pumping gym as early in the day as possible as my routine helps me miss any days. There you go. Yep. Going first thing in the morning. I'm not a first thing in the morning person, but do ride my bike to school with my kid, and then I've been running later in the day. You're my oldest daughter's age. There you go. Don't age yourself though. Come on. Balance struggle is real with family and wanting to be successful in reselling. It's hard to put the phone down. It is, Leslie. It's really hard, and it's hard. I'm not going to sit here and woe is me, because you guys know that's not me at all. I never do that. But like social media also, I mean, that's another whole, like you haven't seen me been posting as much either. I'm just, yeah. This balance. I think it's not just this business. It's if you start any business. My grandpa, he started a trucking business, and my dad said he only saw him on Sundays. Really, he was gone till late at night every night. But that's what paid their bills, and that's not out of the norm. If you start your own business, it's just it's part of it. It's give and take. And also the family knows like this is better. If I was still teaching, we would not be able to do as many vacations, or we would have more stress, I think, financially. How does delisting? Let's see. Thank you for being awesome. You're welcome. How does delisting and relisting and delisting old items help? So, what I do is, let me see this. I don't go on eBay and do the delist relist. I go on Nifty. I've already done that. That's already done. I go into Nifty and do right here on dashboard. It does the recreates for you. So what Nifty does is it delists your items like a day or two before it's supposed to recreate or renew, I guess you should say, on eBay. So it delists it from eBay, and then it recreates it in a way that eBay thinks it's a brand new listing. So instead of your item just getting renewed and pushed down the algorithms, it gets renewed. So today recreated. So today eBay's recreated 22 items of mine. When I first started on Nifty, my sales were going crazy. And I was just doing eBay because of the recreates, I think. And I was only doing eBay at the time. I wasn't even cross-listing. I was just doing the portion on eBay where you're just doing the offers and recreates. I think it was like at the time $25 or $30 a month. Shelby, definitely appreciate you working on yourself. And of course, extra help around the house. I know, right? Extra help around the house. Got to do it. Love the reselling. I love the scheduled listings. It took that listing anxiety off me. I have 15 to 20 items scheduled daily until the 22nd. Just helps me stay on track and feel guilt. I like that, Nick. I like that. Scheduled listings. Yep. 5 a day. And that's another thing. I talk about how list everything while you have it. Well, you know what? If it's better for your peace of mind to list 10 items a day for the till the 22nd for the next 10 days or so, if that makes you feel less anxious and more comfortable, that's what you should do. That's what you should do. There's nothing wrong with that. You can also mimic the effects of GLP-1 by eating lots of fiber and mental foods. I lost 20 pounds by doing it and walking 8,000 steps a day. Yeah, I know recommended. It used to be 10,000 steps a day, and now they're just saying try to just get 8,000 steps a day. But yeah, there are always natural things to do, but sometimes you got to go farther than that. Good morning, everyone. What's up, Angie? Good morning. Do you buy perk pants? Good question. I do have a pair of perk pants in my photos that I have not listed yet. So I don't know how well they sell, but I did pick them up based on the sell-through rate or the price or whatever reason. And I picked those up probably like a month or two ago. So yes, I do pick up perk pants. Have you guys heard of perk pants? Don't be nasty. Yeah. What are we talking about? Nick stole that picture from Whatnot. Yeah, you know he probably did. It wasn't K-Way's Whatnot because his don't look like that even. Hello from OKC. What's up, OKC? Hey, I'm over it with OKC. I'm happy for you guys. In fact, I hope you win another championship. I hope you win another championship this year. I really like your team. Pacers don't have a chance. We are unhealthy. The one-eye palette thing reminded me of nonsense that social media guys go through. Oh my gosh. Yeah. It's all good though. I love doing lives. I really do. This is my favorite. This is my favorite part of social media. Lives. I love talking to you guys. I love learning from you guys. I love sharing knowledge. I love being social. No one has ever come to my shop and asked to see the things I haven't listed. Getting rid of all the MF and death pile. Got you. There you go. There's mental struggle for sure. It took me a while to get over the guilt of not working. Even if I work 12 hours, I still feel so anxious to stop. Gotten so much better at it this year. Yeah, for sure. And I've always kind of been that way, Nick, too. Like, even when I was teaching, it's just my way. I'm just a go person. And even when I was teaching, I'd go thrift, come home, list, do, over and over, always going. But you got to take care of yourselves too. Balance. We just bought a house last week, which has tons more room for my reselling business. I want that. I mean, I'm not complaining. I really love our house. We bought it at the perfect time where there's no way we could afford this house right now. In today's age, I like it. And I'm glad I have this basement, but I really wish I had more reselling room like you. My new goal with my business is to pay our new mortgage out of the proceeds. I'm only a part-time reseller, but I've grown so much as my side hustle. Congratulations, Christy. That is doable. You can pay your mortgage with your side hustle. And how great would that be? How great if you really buckled down and you put all your money towards your mortgage. So maybe some months you could double down on that mortgage, really cut that thing down. That would be awesome. Congratulations with that. KOH just getting a new house right now too, with more room too. So that's going to be nice for him. I think he said he's going to use his whole garage. It's like he's going to turn it into his whole, like, everything, whatnot, stored, everything. Going to make it really cool. Shipping quality, shirts, coats, always concerned about wrinkles, creases at my shipping. Any tips? Been very fortunate with your past tips. Greatly appreciate your advice. Mike, okay, so if you watch me ship stuff, okay, let's start with an item. Obviously, we're gonna start with the item, and it's a Nifty sale. You guys hear me talk about Nifty all the time too. Nifty has been like huge for my business ever since I got it, and I don't just say that to promote it. Yes, I get a kickback. Use whatever service you guys want, but for Nifty to be sharing and doing all these things and sitting out offers in the backgrounds, that's another, like Nick said, balance. That takes away. That's like a whole hour of my day probably that I don't have to do because of Nifty. It's so worth it. This is a Nifty sale. That's why I bring it up. Carbon to Cobalt shirt, which I just talked about again the other day, that I'm like not picking these up, and another one sold. Freaking heck. And Nick, when I was in Chicago, I bought a ton of Carbon to Cobalt. Carbon to Cobalt shirt. I don't use a fold board. This is all I do. I've never had negative feedback about wrinkles ever. This is what I do. Have I had neutral? Maybe. I don't look at my neutral. I have 4 neutral right now. I know that. And I don't look at my positives. But I've never had negative feedback about wrinkles. Never have. I don't steam anything. I don't pre-package anything. I don't put it on a pulled board. That doesn't mean you shouldn't. I think it's great presentation. I think the better you can make things look, the better your service, your store and your service looks. But this is what I do, and it's quicker and there's no headache. So my advice to you is, for me is do what I'm doing. And if you end up getting a negative feedback, then switch it up. Because that's probably what I would do. This is what I do. So if you just want to get my advice, I would say if you can put extra time in, you can do folding board, you can put a special thing in, a sticker. Chris at Peak puts a handwritten note with every one of his. But for me, I just fold it right here in front of you and put it in the envelope. That's why I go on a cruise. It helps me relax and my mental health. Maybe that's why I'm doing 2 within 3 months of each. Vitamin D and sun. Yeah, vitamin D is really good for your mental health too, guys. Yeah, cruises. Dora, love cruises. That's it. That's what it is. 2 and 3 months. I've never done 2 and 3 months. I don't think I've never done 2 and 3 months. I feel like I have to schedule listings so I can have a day off. It seems like eBay punishes me any day I don't do it organically. Jaden, that's like a debate, an age-old debate. You know, are there algorithms? Should you list every day? Shouldn't you list every day? It's an age-old debate, but again, I like that you schedule. I think that's a good thing. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think that's a good thing. Schedule your listings. And you know what? That might get me back on track. Scheduling my listings. Great day for Arizona. What's up, Arizona? I love Arizona. And just so you guys know, if you guys are coming in, I'm talking about like getting healthy again, my mental health, physical health, all that stuff. It comes in waves. I remember taking the medicine before. I've had gene tests done, and I have like a deficiency in folate. So I take like this extra thing about L-methylfolate. And so I've done 2 gene site tests or 2 different gene tests, and I have a deficiency in it. And so it boosts it, but it just takes longer for everything to smooth out. So I kind of have ups and downs, but I'm still like great function, not near where I was like when my kid was sick every single day. That was really tough for me. So still positive, got to stay positive, all that sort of thing. And so I bring that up because I love Arizona. I love Arizona. Great day from Arizona. Love Arizona. From the low desert all the way to the high desert, to the Grand Canyon and Flagstaff. Funny story, just realized I never hooked my bank account to Poshmark. Singing started since our Nifty. I had $2K sitting on balance of Posh. Well, Merry almost Q4 to you. Merry almost Q4 to you. How about that? That's probably going to cover all your Christmas. Yeah, so Depop, I think Depop just puts in your bank account. Mercari, you transfer to your bank account. Same thing. That's awesome. Man, that's great. That is great to hear. My wife the other day, just similar story, picking up on it. She was in her Venmo, and she's like, I forgot. Like all this stuff I've been selling on Venmo on Facebook Marketplace. She's like, I had all this money. I'm like, it's a great day. It's a great day. Christy is living the dream. Christy is living the dream. Yeah, bigger house, paying off that mortgage with your side hustle. I mean, you guys know, any entrepreneur, anybody you listen to, any podcast, just multiple streams of income. One thing goes down or something goes down. And to be honest, I'm going to tell you right now, personally, I think that we have some big road bumps ahead in the economy. I don't think it's going to hurt our eBay sales or our reselling sales. In fact, it might even increase them because people will be looking secondhand. But I feel like with credit delinquencies, the highest they've ever been, and also home delinquencies and like maxed out credit, highest they've ever been. Inflation is still really sticky. PPI, is still really sticky. The job market's come down a lot, which means if you guys look at the latest job market, there were like less hires, a lot less hires. I almost think it was negative hires, which hasn't happened in years. So I think we do have some road bumps ahead, even if the Fed cuts rates. So just saying that, I'm saying that because it's good to have multiple streams of income, just in case something slows down. How often does the Nifty delist? Is that something you set up? Yeah, so I can show you that real quick. And again, I'll put real quick. If you go to surfsupfinds.com, you can try Nifty for free. And a lot of people in here are probably signed up through the link, and I appreciate it because it does help out. But sign up for free, give it a free trial, and then you get a discount on your first month, and you'll see how you like it. And that's another thing, and I talked about that actually yesterday with somebody, and we'll go over there to Nifty. I'll show you what I'm talking about. So we're talking about delisting. In your inventory, you'll go to settings. I have to cross list. I'll show you real quick. Why is that not connected? Where's my? We gotta go back and connect Mercari. I completed the steps. It's gonna probably say we sent a code to your phone. Mercari was disconnected. Let's see if that worked. Bear with me, everybody. Bear with me. Okay, that was not right, so we got to do the other one. I keep having to change this like maybe once every 3 months. And if you saw my password, I don't care. Because it's different on all. Come on. Go through. Yes. All right, give me your code. What's the code? All right, 637227. Boom. Update password. All right, come on. We're working. Yeah, so if you want, you can do it through the Chrome extension and it never signs you out. What? That's the code I got. 637227. Oh, no, it's not. That's the number I got it from. Never mind. That's why it wasn't connected. I thought I connected it earlier today. 2340. That should be the code. I got texted by that last number. All right. Now you have to be patient. But yeah, you can do Chrome extension for all these. Every once in a while, I get kicked out of Mercari. And if you are on Nifty, you feel me, you know the same thing. You get kicked off every once in a while. But if you do the Chrome extension, I think you never get kicked out. While that's working in the background, I'll answer your questions. I swear I stopped buying carbon and cobalt and dilute jeans and then suddenly started selling. I know, that's exactly what I'm saying. What on earth? Okay. Try it one more time. And they're going to send me a code. And I got to put in the right code. Try one more time. It did just send me a new code. Where's the verification code? Oh, well. I'll mess with that later. All right, so you go to settings. And yes, everything right here. Auto delist. So you'll delist your items right here. Auto sales detection, delist your items. So when you're on Nifty and something sells, it will automatically delist. So I'll go over here to sold items. You can see this pair of leather pants sold on eBay, and it automatically delisted it from the other platforms. So you do not have to worry about your item double selling. This pair of figs sold on Poshmark, and it delisted it. This pair of figs sold on Depop, it delisted it. So never have to worry about that. It has your inventory. This is how you bring in all your stuff. This is how you cross list. Wham, bam, just like that. Cross list to all the platforms. It's live over there. How's all your analytics? So you can see your cost of goods, your spreadsheet, everything at the end of the year, insights, all that sort of stuff. And then your dashboard, it sends out all those things. So that's a quick synopsis of Nifty. You can look at my video on YouTube if you want to watch it. I know you said that Nifty sends out your offers, but do you still send counter offers manually? I assume if someone sends an offer, you would also have to respond manually. Thinking about adding Poshmark and Nifty soon. So if you have over 100 items, I definitely think you should get Nifty and come back later and you'll be like, yeah, get Nifty. But yes, I don't accept Nifty does not, you cannot do on eBay, you cannot do counter offers with Nifty. Nifty will send, like right now, I have my offers on Nifty set up to 10% off on eBay. So 10% off on eBay is my, they cannot send a counter offer. Now, if I go to eBay and I go to sell and I have all these offers, send offers on all these listings. So I can send an offer, percentage off, 10%. But when I do my offers on eBay, I also do not allow counter offers. So you can allow counter offers. I don't. I do 10%. So that's the least I'm going to take for these items. Here's a chance, I'm so nice, all that sort of stuff. So even on eBay, I don't allow counter offers. Now, going back to Poshmark or going back to Nifty, if you're on Nifty and you're on Poshmark, Poshmark will accept, you can do counter offers. You'll send an offer, someone will counter offer. Yeah, so that's just eBay with the counter offers. That's one of the reasons I got burned out. I have a huge death pile now, streaming, perfect picks, etc. Yep. Steaming, perfect picks. Yes, steaming. Yeah, steaming takes time, perfect pictures. And I talked about that on eBay Open. And I'm sure there's a ton of people that disagree with me. And that's life. We disagree with people, and that's totally fine. Everyone do them, right? You vote for who you want to vote for. That's what you do. I have no problem. But like me, when I was at Open, I'm taking pictures. I'm taking 5 or 6 pictures of an item, of a t-shirt, of a shirt. That's all I need. And I have success with it. So if I have success with it, I know that works for me. If stuff's not selling, I'm going to change that up. So I do try to cut corners where I can without sacrificing my sales. I iron all my clothing, have a lot of positive feedback about my clothes being pressed and folded. There you go. So I don't, just like I was saying, but Faith does and gets a lot of positive feedback. And I'm sure that makes you feel good and your buyer. And you probably have more repeat buyers. So again, to each their own. To each their own. It's like finding $5 in your jeans of a jacket. Oh, and that's so great. Finding $5. $2,000 would be better, but I will still take $5. Not complaining. Arizona loves you. Pay a visit. We'll do lunch. I would love to. Take me to In-N-Out Burger. I know you guys have that in Phoenix. Thank you for sharing. Brittany, people can see you in the chat, so I'm going to put it. Thank you for sharing everything with us today. I suffer from a lot of the same things you go through. I've been beating myself up for not listening as much. Helps me get through with my business. Yeah, guys, it's a struggle sometimes. And to be honest, mental health wise, this was always me my entire life. Never had a depressed day. I was anxious at times, and I think that's where I got that anxious at times or whatever. But when I had my son and he was sick for 3 years and couldn't sleep all night long, night after night and night, it hit me. I've never had it before. It just came out of nowhere. But I was determined to get it fixed. It took a year and a half or 2 years. And I didn't think I would get much better. And once I got on the medicine and exercise and everything smoothed out, I had 4 years of feeling perfect. 4 years of feeling perfect and thinking to myself, for anyone going through any type of mental health issues, you never know what's going to come on. You have a perfect life. Something could come up and it hits you and it just happens. Listen to me when I say this. Stay persistent. You will get through it. You'll get through it. Find the right things. Find whatever works for you. There's a lot of resources. For 4 years, I could say you will get through, whatever. And then I completely messed myself up. I'm like, you know what? I'm feeling better. Talk to my doctor, cut my dose down. Instead of cutting my dose down, I completely cut it out. Which was completely wrong. So that was my fault. If you're feeling good, continue to feel good. You're feeling good because of a reason. Keep doing the same things, right? Big garage sale at my house this weekend. Usually $1,500 to $2,000 sales in weekend. Let's go. Festival in New Jersey. Let's go. Big garage sale. Get it. Good money. Cash money. Although a lot of people do Venmo at garage sales, including when I go to garage sales. I'm like, you got Venmo? What happens is I go directly to Mercari, log in, and go back to Nifty, and it worked. I just logged into Mercari because I had to print out. I just had to print out some stuff. Let me see if I can get back into Nifty. Nifty. I'm gonna go back into Nifty and see if I can redo. Okay. Boop. Boop. Let's see if this one works. I'm back in the Nifty. You guys are just looking at me. Okay, got a code. Let's see. Got a code. Okay, 653382. Come on. Come on. We'll do it together. Come on. Come on. Accept the code. Accept it. You know you want to. Accepted on my phone earlier. Let's go. Let's go. Oh, yeah. Sign in. All right. Now let's go over to our dashboard to make sure everything's signed up. Get started. I want to send out those offers. Boom. Okay. We're good. Back on a Mercari. That quick. All right. We got it. Do you use Nifty to its fullest, like entering your expenses? I will be, Jessica. So what I actually have a separate kind of spreadsheet that my CPA and I have worked on. We've had it since 2011 when I used to sell hard goods too. So we kind of have our own thing, but I think I'll have Nifty also as like a backup. I know people use Jason Hayes' spreadsheet also as a backup, but yeah, I'll also use it, but I'm not going to use it to its fullest, the spreadsheet. So how often do you have to set for the delist feature? You don't. So on Nifty, you don't. You just, when you get Nifty, you go to your inventory, and you just go to settings, and you just hit the auto delist. So you enable it on all of these. I don't sell on Etsy. So as long as these are enabled, then you'll have no issues. No issues. Do you show measurements in your pictures? I do. So for example, let's go on eBay real quick. I'll show you exactly what I do. On eBay, here is an Emmanuel Berg cotton something or other. So this is what I do. Here are my pictures. This is my cover photo. I have a picture of the size there, and then I put my measurements in my listing. Boom. So this is 6 pictures. 1, 2, 3. So I got the size. Sometimes the size is right on that modern fit right there. So I don't even do that picture. Armpit to armpit, shoulder to bottom seam, in the back. That's how I do my pictures. 4 or 5 pictures. That's it. That's it. And same with shorts too. Like, here's some shorts. I probably even less. Yeah, 5. Boom. Boom. Sometimes I do put, actually, a lot of times I will put in outseam. So I'll do like this measurement. Sometimes inseam, but yeah. Most of the time I do on shorts with 2. Cleaning out storage unit and found base set of, I don't even know. Venusaur should send a PSA. A base set of Venusaur? I don't know that. Or sell as raw. I don't know. Venusaur? Let's just look it up together. Venusaur? Oh, I guess that's Pokemon. That's why I don't know it. I don't know. Pokemon cards. Ask Bearded. I honestly, NL, message Bearded Thrifter. Message Bearded Thrifter on Instagram or wherever, and just tell him that Surfs asked you. If you don't already talk to him, said Surfs asked you. I'll text him, say NL's gonna ask you a question. Amy D. Vernon, what's up? Same happened to me when my mom passed away. Medicine saved me. Yeah. Amy D. Glad to hear. It's just crazy how life works. And my wife, she had to see, like, because she doesn't have anything, and she had to see, like, wow, it affects people. Because you always think, like, buckle up, get through it. But things hit you, and you never expect it to hit you. But you just have to persevere. There's a lot of things you can do that help you. But I think for me, like, getting on the right medicine helped me a ton. And not spiraling and exercising and just doing things. Mental health is hard. I had a major surgery, bypass, lost my husband 2 days post-op while in hospital. Oh my gosh, wasn't able to say goodbye. I'm so sorry to hear about that, Faith. Yeah, it's tough. And there are people out there that are really strong and just get through those things. But it really is. There's two different sites, gene tests. There's a gene test site, blue gene, and you can see if you have mutations in your genes when it comes to different chemicals in your body. Yeah, that's tough. I'm sorry about that. Also talking about, we're talking about mental health in here now. So welcome in, guys. I think, everyone deals with something, right? Everyone goes through some form of in their life. Like you said, there are help hotlines, so many things you can do. For sure. There are help hotlines, so many things you guys can do. All right, for taxes tracking, there are programs like Seller Ledger and My Reseller Genie, which I've heard great things about. I've heard great things about My Reseller Genie that automatically connects to Marketplace and bank accounts to automatically bring in and categorize transactions. Yes, I've heard that. Now here's a little birdie out there has been talking about Nifty integrating your bank account into the analytics and spreadsheets and stuff. So if that happens, that's an even bigger plus, right? That's a birdie. I don't know if it's a true bird or singing bird, but a birdie's been talking about it. Yeah, Mercari disconnects me about every month. I just reconnect it. It takes me no time to do it. But if you do the Chrome extension, I'm pretty sure it never disconnects you. But yeah, about once a month it does it. You just got to keep track on it for that reason of automatic delist. Wondering how often it delists. Is it every 30 days before it renews? Oh, the delist. Something set up for, okay. So the delist function on Nifty. The delist function. Okay. So it's about every 28 days. So on eBay, you set it up right here. A show advanced options. So recreates, what does it say? Recreates unsold items that are scheduled to auto renew tomorrow. It's about every 28 days. And if you want to, if you have a very quick sell-through store, you can adjust it. So every time it renews, you can drop the price by 2% or 5% or 10% every time it renews every 30 days. So it's like every 30 days, eBay will renew your item. This will recreate your item every 28 days. So it does it about 2 days before it renews, about every 28 days. I didn't do hardly anything for a year and a half, started back on eBay, and it has been my lifesaver. There you go. See, it's all about finding something you're interested in and mindset too. I love this morning packing and live talking with you. I look forward to Mondays and Wednesdays. Thanks, Sophia. I do too. This is my favorite. Yesterday, I was talking with somebody, another part of a reseller group. She actually has a great job. She's basically a personal shopper, and her son and daughter-in-law do all the eBay. They list like 120 items a day, and just the nicest lady ever. And she's out there just thrifting for them, and they do the listing and stuff. Great, whatever they have. And I talked to her a little bit about like eBay, Nifty, and all those things, and how it can be positive. And talking about, I told her that going back to this, what you're saying about going live, my favorite thing with this business about social media is going live. K-Way is actually the reason I go live shipping and stuff. I used to go live just thrifting. But yeah, I love this part. This is my favorite part. I don't really even like putting out long form content. I like shorts. I think those are fun. But I love posting pictures and stuff, of bolos and things, but I love going live and talking to you guys. I used Seller Ledger for 2 years and had no issue. There you guys go. So my Reseller Genie and Seller Ledger. Those are two options for your book to keep track of your sales, your bank, all that sort of stuff. Wondering why you don't use a Chrome extension? Because I'm 39 and I'm not that tech savvy. I don't know. I need to just do it, right? I don't know. I need to do the Chrome extension. I use Chrome. Yeah, I use Chrome. You're on Chrome right now. Piece of scrap. I'll do that. I'll do Chrome extension. Yeah, Nifty's a great addition. The good thing about Nifty is, well, there's a yearly plan now, but I don't recommend. I would if you do a monthly plan, you can always go up. Like if you need more Nifty, because they're different prices, you can use less. You can pay less. There are different tiers on Nifty for a lot of different things. Cross listing, automation, AI lister. So you can decrease your price month to month. You know, maybe if you take a couple months off, you just want to have it renew and send out offers. It's $25 a month. And then also you're not stuck at that one level. Do you ever sell on Marketplace? I sure do. Thanks. You're welcome, piece of scrap. Thank you, because I need to do it. Do you ever sell on Marketplace? Treasure Hunter, I do. Facebook Marketplace is where I sell items I don't really want to ship. That's where I sell them. For example, and actually what I've been doing is, because my wife's a teacher and it's always good for her to make extra money. What I've been doing actually is, when I've been buying, the other day, I bought a KitchenAid mixer for $15. So anything I'm buying that sells on Facebook Marketplace, I'm just giving to her, and she's just giving me my initial investment out of it. So $15, she sold it for $70. She keeps the money. Right now, I have a mini fridge in the garage. She's going to list that thing on Marketplace, deal with Marketplace. I'll put it out on the porch when she texts me, and she keeps the money. So that's kind of what we've been doing, which has been good. Now, when I buy a whole bunch of golf clubs and sell them for $300, I'm going to keep that. But that's kind of what we've been doing, because I'm 39. I know, Ginger. I know. I'm a 39-year-old that's not super tech savvy. What is Chrome? It tells you. So Chrome is, I don't even know to share the screen with you, but Chrome is your internet browser, or like your Google Chrome. Google Chrome. That's the browser, at least I'm using. I use Google Chrome for a lot of things. But it's Google Chrome. But everything I do is through Apple, the Apple stuff. By the way, speaking of Apple, did you guys see all the new Apple releases? Boo! Boo, Apple. What are you doing? The new phone? You made a slimmer phone with like half the battery life? What? No one wants that. And then the new phone has like nothing really extra. The new EarPods are probably the best thing that came out, because they have like the AI translator and some things like that. And then the new watches really aren't any different. Apple, the last few years, man, Apple's really been a little bit disappointing. They have not like done anything super crazy. I mean, I'm not mad at Apple. I'm not mad at you, Apple. If you're, I still love your products, but make me excited about wanting to go buy one of your products. Make me excited. I'm not getting a new phone until next fall anyway, so it doesn't matter. Yes, me too. I love doing it. Piece of scrap. You always seem so cheerful. Thanks for sharing about your mental health struggles. You are not alone. Yeah. And to be honest, this has always been me. You guys know that I'm never any different. But when I really hit that time, it was like 2019, 2020 is when it was going on, and just into 2021, 2019 and 20. Yeah, it's tough. Never felt that way in my life. And it takes a while. It's not a magic pill to it doesn't work really quickly to get back on the right track. But yeah, always happy. You guys can always message me on the side. Happy to talk about any of that stuff. I've tried a lot of things, done a lot of things to help myself get better over time. So I can always help out. Chrome, it's also a Y2K clothing brand. Is Chrome a Y2K clothing brand? Is it a good one? Chrome, how about Chrome Hearts? That's a good brand to be on the lookout for. Who wants a thinner phone? I'm afraid I'm going to break it. I know, right? I mean, I use a case. I don't need a thinner phone. It's just a thinner phone with double the battery life and the same photo quality and everything. That's what I care about the most on these phones is photo quality, because that's what I do all my photos with. I love my new Samsung Z Fold phone. It's the best. See, Samsung's coming out with these phones. They're Z folded and they have a screen the size of an iPad. Let's go. You need to get an Android. Audra, don't you come in here and that's the first thing you say to me. I will never go down that path with your Samsung Z phone, Sophia, and Audra, your Galaxy or whatever you have with your Android. No way. You need to check out List Easier. It's awesome to list a bunch of similar stuff at once. It's going to be awesome. Yeah, who was I talking about? Oh, I was actually listening to Wayne's live yesterday. I think it was yesterday. Maybe it's the other day while I was on the treadmill. And he was talking about all the different, the new AI listers and stuff. I actually talked yesterday with the lady about that too. Lots of different options out there. I don't think any of them's perfect, but I think the developers will continue to try to make them perfect. Yes, I meant Chrome Hearts. Chrome Hearts is on my bucket list. Yeah, I've never found Chrome Hearts. Let me tell you, when I went to Vegas, you can go into Rolex. You can go into Patek. You can go into Louis Vuitton. You can go into Burberry. Chrome Hearts, they had a guy there with the little cross, little Chrome Hearts with the cross, with the little a cross barrier thing. You look in the store, count how many people are in there, let you in, come back. That was the only store. I mean, I'm talking Cartier, all these stores with not that. Chrome Hearts had that. I've seen a lot of people having the seller shows. I'd love to say that you have been the most informative and helpful. Hey, appreciate that, Desire. I really enjoy your videos. You keep encouraging me to start my own. I appreciate that, and thank you. Hey, I appreciate you. We're all in it together. We're coworkers. When people see me, I saw someone the other day at one of my local thrift stores, and I know it's like, oh my gosh, it's it. No, we're coworkers. Like, we're all the same. We're the same people. But yeah, we all share. And Audra is basically, her and Trisha are like run our group over on Source Reseller Community. If you need a free community that you don't have to pay for, just go to a Source Reseller Community. So again, free. Type in Source Reseller Community on Google, and there it is. And you'll have tons of people in there helping you. 15,000 people, almost 16. Tons of people in there helping you with different things. So like, look at all the comments, and it's just great. And I just like going in and reading and clicking like. Audra and Trisha and some other people are the ones doing all the work. Just saying, time for a change. Yep. Okay, so you guys, all right. So you guys want to pack some stuff now? Let's do some packing. Speaking of, CPI, I think, came out this morning, or PPI. Let's see what the market's up to with that. The market says blast away. Market says, I think, a new all-time high. Let's look and see. Yep. New all-time high on the stock market today on the S&P 500. New all-time high today. I bet you we're going to be in for a little bit of some road bumps ahead. All right. Next item. Sold this, got it returned, relisted it, just took it out of the bag they returned it in, and it sold within 24 hours. I'm not even refolding it. This is a pair of Incotex pants. Incotex. The in the back pocket, these are really weird. In the back pockets where you're going to find everything, but the brand is called In Cotex. I know it's tough to see. This one's all in script. But yeah, In Cotex is the brand. It sold for $24.99 on eBay. So that was good. Quick sale. Cuffed bottoms. How about it? Hopefully they fit the next buyer. If not, they'll sell again. Ground, flat rate. That was a flat rate $10 one. So I did that over a pound. I bet you that cost me, it's going to New York, probably $7 to ship. So that's a flat rate $10 one. $7 to ship because I'm printing my labels at home. Gotta print those labels at home. Next item, happy to get rid of this. Had this, it's on my wood floor, had it for a while. Travis Matthew short sleeve button shirt. Sold this for $14. Took a best offer for $14. Someone offered me $14. Saw it was on my wood floor. I've had it a long time. Short sleeve, going into about 6 months of it probably not selling. I might as well sell it. I paid $5 for it. Get that money back. Think of where I can put that, let's say $10 after cost of goods. I mean, $10 after fees, where I can put that $10, my original $5 and the $5 profit. I can put that $10 into multiple items and probably turn that $10 into $200 or $300 by spring. So that's kind of where my mindset was with that. BKE denim jeans. BKE denim jeans. You guys know I love my BKE. Probably, I talk about it. These are my favorite. I really like Ariat, but I don't find them as much as far as jeans that you list, and you just list them $1 under market, and they sell like that. BKE jeans, $27 is what these sold for, and they sold via promoted listing. Via promoted listing. Trisha, we're talking about you. You and Audra. That's who we're talking about. You can join Search Reseller community. Just don't ask if Ralph Lauren is fake. There's some other great sellers that help. Yes. Okay, so yeah, Search Reseller community. I don't know if we've had that for a while, but almost every other post was, is this Ralph Lauren real? Is this Ralph Lauren real? Is this Ralph Lauren real? And it'll just be like a polo shirt. And it's like, listen, even if it is real, that's a $15 shirt. Like, if you have any doubts, leave it behind. So yeah, we had that a lot. These are going out flat rate padded jeans. How about that? Think you would be great, and a lot of ideas. It would be helpful to be able to run by someone because I wanted to do like a 3-step process. Sure, bring it in. How many pieces of clothing would you guess you fit in a bib? Do you have multiple bin, or in a bin? I'm guessing you're instead of in a bin. Do you have multiple bins for any type of clothing, maybe jeans? Yes. Good question, Chris. Again, always new people in here. Always new people in here. The way I do my system, I know a lot of you are going to be like, all right, this is coffee break. He's talked about this before. I get it. The way I do my system, I have about 60 or 80 bins. They're in this room, and then I have some in the room against the wall over there. And I put all my items in like item bins. Consider it like a closet. You have your sweatshirts, most people, you have your sweatshirts here, you have your jeans here, you have your khakis next to your jeans, you have your shorts in this drawer, you have your running shorts in this drawer. Same with me. It's like these are my new with tag Levi's. I only have 2 of them. These are all my vintage Levi's. So whenever I take my photos, I bring my stuff in here and I put them in the bin that's like item bins. And then that's it. These are a lot of Under Armour polo shirts that aren't selling, which I don't buy anymore. So that bin's full of money that I just need to get rid of. But that's how I do it. Hopefully you said all bad things. I did, Trisha. All bad things. Like Disney is awful. No, just kidding. One of my Disney buddies, Trisha and Desty, going to Disney in a month, by the way. I remove all those posts now. Good. Trisha can remove those posts. Yeah. I get it. There are new people, but also in this business, which all of you guys know, you have to figure some stuff out for yourself. The best way of learning brands is to look it up yourself. And then, the next time when you look something up, it'll be easier. And then, okay, that's real. Doing it yourself. It's kind of like teaching older people technology. If you do it all for them, they're not going to learn. If they try to figure it out, even if it takes an hour for them to figure it out themselves, they'll know how to go back through and figure it out themselves. Mike, yeah, my closet doesn't look like that. Piece of scrap, no judgment. There you go. Ascending numbers and box system for the win. Yes. So that's a really good system to use. I like that system a lot too. So a couple of the system, this is my system. There's also the bin system where every bin has a letter on it. And then you put numbers in each bin. And then in the SKU, you'll put like B15. So you go to bin B, and then it's the 15 item in that bin. That's the bin system. Talking about the box system is you have an infinite amount of numbers, and you put them in those long boxes and like poly bags. And whenever that item sells, you just go to that bin with that number, pull that number out. Easy peasy. And then you condense all those a few times a year or whatever, and just keep that number running system. That system number running. Okay. Keep up that bad reputation. You bad girl. You bad girl for life. Think about moving operations to storage unit. For the insurance coverage, do you go by what you paid for items or do you sell the items for? What I paid for the items is what I do. Like if I were insured these, but it's under like my house insurance is weird because I have all those paintings and stuff too. But to be honest, I don't spend a lot. I don't do like insurance or anything other than like home insurance. But I do have a storage unit and it is helpful for me. And I see a lot of resellers. For example, Johnny Hustle, he has 2 storage units now. And it seems like it's really helped his business. Bearded now has 2 storage units. And it seems like it's really helped his business. If it's going to make your business more efficient, then I think it's worth it. I know, again, it's a cost up front, but it's a write-off at the end of the year. And if you're making more money, having storage units, better peace of mind, you're not as crowded in your house, all that sort of stuff. The worst is when people stop you at the thrift, asking you can show me what to buy so I can resell, right? I don't have too many people like that, but yeah, that is. But that's what I do, Sophia, too. I do that too. Straight down, I normally don't buy this brand. The only reason I bought this is because it has a PGA golf course on it called Crooked Stick. So normally I don't buy straight down polo shirts. They only sell for like $12 to $15 maybe. This one sold for $21.99 and it sold via promoted listing. My house is, I just see the space. My house is getting overrun. Yeah, for sure. In fact, and Shelby will tell you too, no new news. It was a rift. Shelby, my wife and I don't have many rifts, ever, but this business became a rift because I would have stuff in the living room. I would have stuff in the dining room. I would have stuff on the floor in the guest bedroom, which I was mainly out of. I would have stuff everywhere. And she's a not stuff person. She wants like cleared off everything. And so it really bothered her. So there were times and reminders of like, Brad, this is something that really bothers me. Like, what are we going to do about it? So coming down here, creating this storage system with these shelves, one thing, getting a storage unit was another. Good morning, Justin. Thanks for popping in. My system is like yours. When I first started, it was super simple, like men's shirts, women's shirts, jeans. As I grew, it got more specific, like Polo Ralph Lauren shirts, Levi's, etc. Yeah. And Audrey, I'm sure you agree too. It's also about like how many items you have. If you're keeping a store of like 200 items, I think a bin system like this, or just a like item system. All my women's clothing are in a couple bins. Women's pants, women's tops. But if you have like 5,000 item store, I think you got to be organized for sure. or more organized maybe. Do you have any siblings that also resell? So my sister does a little bit. She's 6.5 years older than me. Right now she's 6 years, but in November she'll be 7, so 6.5. And I taught her how to resell. She resells some as a side hustle. She loves thrifting and all that sort of thing, but she'll sell some. Having a storage unit really helped me moving the money mountain out of sight, out of mind. I'm able to concentrate on smaller piles of inventory, go to the storage unit, grab a few bins soon. Jen, and I agree with you. That's what I do. I go to the storage unit, get a couple bins. It doesn't feel as overwhelming. Again, mental health. Doesn't feel as overwhelming or burden. Sometimes you look at something and it just feels too much that you don't want to do it. It's better to just maybe do it small strides like that. I like that. What about these free Ground Advantage boxes from Posh and eBay? Yeah, eBay for life. What's up, eBay for life? That's the word on the street. I don't know anything about it yet. All I know is that Nick and some people were talking about Poshmark. We're going to be able to get free shipping supplies through USPS for ground. Is what I think I heard. No matter what, I don't sell a ton on Posh. So this, I actually did not think I'd sell it. So I bought this. I live in Indianapolis. We have the Indianapolis Motor Speedway where they have multiple different events. One of them is the Red Bull Air Race. You've seen those airplanes that like go around those big pylons and it's an air race. So this was from that air race at the Motor Speedway, Red Bull Air Race. I'm like, you know what? For $5, I'm going to take a risk, take a chance on it. It's Red Bull. And then when I looked up comps, they were not great. I'm like, crap, I might be holding on to this for a long time. I just listed it like 2 or 3 days ago. It sold for $22.99 and I paid $5.99 for it. So I was really happy with that. Sale. Did you already talk about Poshmark shipping change? Yeah, we talked about it earlier. And we can touch base a little bit about it. Also, you guys know if you're new, you can always rewatch these on YouTube or Facebook. They're always available to rewatch. But yeah, we just talked about it. To me, no big deal. There have been talk, which I don't know, so I'm not going to say it. But Poshmark providing USPS and us with free mailing supplies. But even if that wasn't the case, which I didn't know that until this morning, it's no big deal for me because I'm buying these shipping supplies and I'm writing them off at the end of the year as part of a business expense. So what's going to happen is buyers are paying less for shipping, so their total price on Poshmark for a shirt is going to be less, which makes them probably want to buy more items, right? So we might have more sales. And then if we use our own stuff, so be it. It's a write-off at the end of the year. It's a business expense. So for me, when all that information came out, no big deal. Been doing this so long, there are always changes, always things happening. You just got to go with the flow. And I can tell you this, these companies need us. We are how they make money. And these companies, eBay, they have shareholders. These companies are going to do everything they can to make the most money, even for the companies, but they need us still. So they increase their seller fees. They still need us. If we go to other platforms like Mercari made that big hiccup, then they'll go back to where they were. So you're going to see some changes here and there all along the way, but they need sellers. They're not in business without us. So it'll always work out at the end of the day. They are Ground Advantage, and you can use for eBay. That would be great. Where do we get these shipping supplies? Do you have a shipping supply affiliate? Piece of scrap. The only affiliate I have for shipping supply type stuff, and I'll show you guys again. I do get a small kickback for Amazon products I use, but I would never talk about items that like. So this is what I do ties with. It's great. This little head right here. This is what I do hats with. It's great. I use when I do my whatnot shows. These are like the best sneaker cleaner things. I put them in here. I used to use magic erasers. These are way better. You guys know I'm diehard about these lights. Dawn, you cannot beat these Dawn. The Dawn's the best. These are what you see me packing with right now. I love this brand right here. I've been using it for years. I used to use the polka dot ones. This is what I use to, it looks like they're not even available right now. These are what I use to pack. This is really good thermal printer for the price. Have that listed there. Use those sometimes. I'm a 3-inch. I mean, I'm not 3 inches, you know what I mean? But I'm a 3-inch tape gun type of person. The best. I love 3-inch. Remember, I've been doing this since 2001. I use regular tape guns for forever. When I found out these 3-inch guns, they are so awesome. Love these. They're great. Shout, use this all the time. I should probably just take this. I don't even know what this. I used to use this for live or for making videos. This is the desk I use. I love this desk. Tablet I use. I love this. This is for the thermal printer, and this is what I use for the leather shoes. That's all the products I use. And you can just go to search.finds.com to see it. Use GyroPack, buy in bulk, and save. I used GyroPack before. I'm biased towards these. And GyroPack has reached out to me and said, like, you know, I can do stuff and get like 10% back or whatever, what people buy and all that sort of stuff, get a kickback. But I'm just kind of like, I like these. I've always had good luck with them. I've never had tears, and I like these. When you create a profile with UPS, they provide some shipping supplies. I get my shipping slip envelopes for free. There you go. Your shipping slip envelopes for free through UPS. I save my Amazon boxes in padded envelopes. I saw you post that the other day, Audra. And reuse the heavier items. No big deal. I think Poshmark is trying to be more competitive against Amazon free shipping. Yeah, for sure. They're just trying to get more sales, which helps us. But I did see you repost. Yeah, I know. 3-inch tape. I get it. I know 3 inches. 3-inch tape is a game changer. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. When have you ever seen me battle with this? I never do. And it's that exact duck brand. Telling you. Okay. Double RL shirt. I had to sell this one cheaper because it's missing the 2 front pocket buttons. And there's no extra buttons. I don't think. No extra buttons on this. So I had to sell this one cheaper. It sold for $99.99 straight up. No Nifty, unless it was like a recreate. No promoted listing. Double RL. Did you guys see Big Yumbo sell that double RL jacket for like $300 and something crazy dollars? I like Big Yumbo. He's a funny guy. If you don't follow him on YouTube, I like him. He finds really cool stuff. I love it. I bought poly bags on Mercari with my free coupon, but found that some of them a lot tear down the side. Yes, that's what I found with some other bags I've used in the past that are cheaper. And I'm not saying GyroPack or one note, but ones I used to buy in the past, they would tear down. Excuse me. They would, when you put stuff in it, they would tear down the side. Super annoying. Then you'd have to tape it up. Those are great. Best bags ever are these eBay big bags. These things are thick. These bags are the bomb. When Q4 hits, I'm ordering a whole bunch more of these. And they come in this box like this. But these are what I order with my eBay coupon. I don't buy them from eBay. I use my eBay coupon. I don't know how much they are. Good morning, Dirty Mind. What's up, Danny? Yeah, we have Dirty Minds over here. It's just who we are. I found the GyroPack's a little thin. I use my eBay store credit to get their poly mailers. How about that? The larger ones for sweaters. It's like we all read each other's minds. These eBay ones are so good. Yeah, I just really love these. These are good. Yumbo is awesome. Yeah, I love Yumbo. I'll talk to them every once in a while on messaging. But yeah, I just straightforward, authentic, finds really good stuff, really good knowledge of vintage and unique items. Really like watching him. I'm so cheap. I get my inventory boxes from Whatnot toilet paper aisle. Charmin boxes are the best. Hey, Oh, Walmart, not what now. Walmart toilet paper. Hey, you got to do what you got to do. Ain't no shame in that. Ain't no shame in that. Posh packages will now take forever to deliver, and customers will complain you get paid after delivery of 10 days. That I did not consider. Okay, you're right. So that's the only downfall, which I did say earlier. I said the only downfall will be people won't get their items in 2 to 3 days. But I didn't think about the seller portion, which is we might not get paid for 10 days or 7 days or whatever once the person gets the item. Didn't think about that part. But at the end of the day, as long as we keep rolling, it will just get into a routine. It's like getting paid, going from weekly to bi-weekly getting paid. It sucks maybe at first, but once you get rolling, those bi-weekly are going to be bigger pays, or whatever. Just trying to be positive, Okay, Poshmark, 2 pairs of figs, extra small. Figs, extra small pants. These are women's extra. It's like I'm on Whatnot. I've said it 8 times. Figs, extra small. Sold both of these. I think I sold some others the other day. I told you guys I found a whole bunch of these, all the same size. I'm like, you know what? For $3.99 a piece, I'm just going to snag them because they'll just be easy to take photos, easy to list. These sold for $28. So $8 into $28. Happy with that. Can I use priority still? Poshmark people, can I still use until the 15th, right? Am I allowed to use priority? I'm going to wait for a second till you tell me on Poshmark. Am I still allowed to use priority? It's going to take 20 now. Oh, no. I know you're just messing around. Hell, I have Posh stuff that already takes 10 days to deliver priority. I know. Sometimes I'm on Posh. I'm like, that's had to be there. And same with Mercari. Until the 12th. It's the 10th. Okay. You know what? I keep these padded flat rates. Let me get rid of some of these Tyveks. Bye-bye, Tyveks. Nice knowing you. Not going to use you very often anymore, but you know what? You deserve it. You deserve it, Tyveks, because your tape, your self-adhesive is not good. No one likes you anymore. That's why Posh did this, because no one likes Tyveks envelopes. I know that's why. Okay. So probably the next time I ship. Hey, good news. Sold on all 4 platforms, by the way. Not big sales. This one, in fact, is my smallest sale. These I do not buy anymore. And the ones I had, I priced really cheap. But guess what? I still made my money back. I still made money. It's a Peter Millar cotton button shirt. I don't buy these anymore. I haven't bought these for like a year or so. The only time I might consider buying these is if it's a cool pattern and it's like a 2XL or bigger and I can lot them together. This sold for $8. $8 on Mercari. So I'm going to make about my money back, about $5 or $6, something like that. Which it is what it is. No shame. Happy to get rid of it. Coming out of right up there. Boop, boop. Came right out of there. And then the next item, final item, long live today. I figured it would be on here for 30 minutes. Talked about health and all those sorts of things. I love it. We'll talk about all of it. Another pair of those pants with the fuzz on them. Another pair of those fig pants. So if you can get figs cheap enough, they still sell just a regular pants, extra small. Sold for $12.99, I think it was, or $13.99, one of the two, whatever I've been selling them at. And that one sold on Depop. How about it? You can offer priority as an option on eBay. You can have multiple shipping policies. Sometimes around the holidays, people are in a rush and they choose it. Yes, you can offer multiple shipping policies on eBay. Yes, I'll type that. I'll put that in there, highlight that for people. Peter Millar is about like Polo, too many on eBay. About like Polo, way too many on eBay. There's a lot on eBay, but also these cotton shirts just don't do well for me. Like they might do well for some people, like Polo Ralph Lauren shirts do well for me, but those just don't do well for me. What are the best platforms to sell on? my number one, I'll show you right here. Don't look at the numbers, just look at the chart. Okay, so right here, eBay. eBay is I have all the same items on all the same platforms. eBay is my largest selling platform. Poshmark number 2. And I'm sure it's pretty similar for most people. So yeah, and that's not total profit. So that's why I said don't look at the numbers. But eBay is by far my largest selling platform. It's a little bit harder to learn because there's a lot of intricacies, but it's the largest selling platform. I think it's like the large e-commerce selling platform. Let's look it up real quick. Google largest e-commerce platforms. Okay, here you go. It's like a top 10. So whenever I put it in there, I'll show you guys. So which means the most people are over there, right? So I just typed in biggest e-commerce platforms. Shopify, Amazon, Walmart, Etsy, Wix, eBay. So eBay, Squarespace, top 20 e-commerce. And there's eBay on there. So eBay is probably, in my opinion, the best. How much do you sell new tag figs? I have 2 tops and 1 pant. Should I bulk together or sell separately? I would sell separately if they're new tags, because people have different tops and bottoms, right? So people might be, if it's women's clothing, you know, they might be well endowed up top, but a little pancaked in the back. So a little smaller down here, a little bigger up top, you know, just saying. So I would sell them separately. I do all my figs separately. Because the sizes are just different. eBay. There's so many good items within Peter Millar, though. The polo side might be saturated and not worth it anymore. Yeah, so Peter Millar, like, shoot, these pants right here, right? I think these are Peter Millar. Yeah, like Peter Millar pants like this. Peter Millar Crown Soft pants or Crown Performance pants, great. Obviously, I pick them up. Hi, Teach. What's up, Kathy? Kathy, we're just now leaving. There's some really good pull-up pieces, but mostly oversaturated. Yeah, for sure. And again, with oversaturated items, you got to have really competitive pricing and a good thumbnail picture. I think that's with really oversaturated pricing. Because the sell-through, there's a ton. Sell-through might be great, but people are buying those brands still. There's still people buying those brands. So as long as you have a competitive price, you're going to sell them, in my opinion. Did I sell something else on eBay? Oh, I got a message. Hey, but you know what? Did I not have the sleeve length in there on that jacket? I guess I didn't. Okay. All right, guys, that's it. I'll see you guys later. Good live today. Appreciate you all being here. Talk about a lot of things. And if you have